Hey, what's up, everybody? I was thinking about today what I do um, when I'm not making when I'm not making shots. When I'm making a lot of unforced errors is the best way to say it. Like when I'm serving and a lot of first serves are just going out or in the net, or even ground strokes. You're just missing a lot. You feel like you're not getting into the point. It's like one or two shots, maybe three if you get to it and the point's over, and it feels like the set is going like extremely quick. Like for me, and a lot of people do it. This is probably something that everybody already knows, but it's just coming to my head. Is just slowing the pace down. Really, just you're probably hitting too hard. Slowing the pace down, and then getting a lot more arc on the ball, a lot more topspin, and just kind of floating that ball in. Doing it on your serve too, just to get a first serve in. But what you're doing is you're kind of slowing the point down, and you're slowing all of the points down. So, well, one, I mean, you're getting a higher percentage of shots in, so you're probably hitting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 balls now before points over, and it's going to start feeling like the set isn't slipping away as quickly, and it's going to give you a lot more time to, one, stay in points, and two, try to figure out how to beat the other person over there. Because right now, like, the set is going by. In the next 20 minutes, the set's probably going to be over, and you're going to be deep in the second set. Like, we need to slow things down and figure out how to beat this person, because we're our back's against the wall right now and running out of time. So the first course of action is to do as much as you can to stop the boat from sinking, and that's slowing points down and thinking, giving yourself time to think and coming up with a game plan. And even if you don't come up with a game plan, you're just missing shots. It's a great way of, now you've gone from hitting two or three balls during a point to now you're hitting 7, 8, maybe even 10 shots a point, which is now giving you that many more shots that you're hitting to help dial in your ground strokes. Serves, I mean, you're still going to hit the same amount, but when it comes to ground strokes, it's giving you more time to sharpen your shots to, maybe once they start rolling in and you start feeling a little bit better, then you can start applying more power. During a point on the 5th, 6th shot, you can start adding a little bit more power and trying to put the ball away. Maybe for a couple games, then you can start adding more power. You just need time to hone those ground strokes. Even though I mean, you should have already been dialed in, but before the match even started, you should have been warmed up. But hey, like, shit goes wrong, man, and like, you're deep in a first set and nothing's going in. Everything's the set's getting away. We gotta do something. Like, I don't even care if you're moonballing 20 feet, hell, 30 feet over the net. As long as it's going in, as long as you're slowing down the point, and hey, maybe that does rattle your opponent, or maybe the whole secret to beating the person in the first place was to get to the 8, 9, and 10th shot during a point. Maybe that's their weakness. You just didn't find their weakness because you didn't put them to the test early enough to see if they can hang with 7, 8, 9, 10 balls. And that's my go-to strategy in matches. My first 2 to 3 games are going to try to be the longest. I am going to try to make those just excruciatingly long for you. I want you in those points as long as possible. I'm not going to try to put shots away. because one, I want to see how well you do at that on that 8th ball, 9th ball, on that a shot. I mean, you know, but I also want to set the standard and set the pace and kind of show my opponent like, hey, I'm willing to be out here for hours to win this match. I'm not going to come out here and try to blast balls by you. If this comes to a war of attrition, I'm willing to like stay in these points for 10 shots at least. Like, are you? And that is a little bit of a psychological thing to your opponent, because they're going to go after the first or second game, they're going to be like, Jesus, it's like, is this what I'm going to have to do to beat this person? Like, because if that's so, I don't know if I want to be out here for that long. But what that does too is it helps put yourself into a rhythm too of making shots, hitting that that ground stroke shot that's not going to win you the point, but it's not going to lose you the point either. You're sitting back there relatively on the baseline, hitting a lot of topspin with a lot of net clearance deep into the court, and you're trying to push them back as far as possible. I'm not going to try to hit winners off of you. I'm not going to try to step into the second or third shot and blast the forehand by you, unless I get that rare opportunity to do it. But it's like a boxer. Like most boxers are not going to go in there in the first round and just start throwing haymakers. It opens themselves up too much for getting countered. Same thing in tennis. I'm not going to go into the first couple games trying to blow winners by my opponent, unless it's a very mismatched, opponent. Then, like, all right, well, end the match and get lunch early. But I'm not going to let these first 2 games slip away from me too quickly, because that's what it mostly comes down to a lot of times when you come off the court losing like 2-2 is the first 2 to 3 games went by like that, and you don't know what happened. You have no real information on what your opponent likes or doesn't like, because the points ended too quickly. And then it's going to feel, next thing you know, it's going to feel like you're in the middle of the desert with no direction on where to go. And you got no information on how to beat this person. And they probably don't have any information on you either, but, you know, the difference is that they're up 2 or 3 breaks, and you're, or a set, and, you know, you're kind of like looking at this as this molehill has now turned into a mountain. But again, this is only really for if you find yourself in a situation where you just can't make any shots. Otherwise, I mean, keep going with your game plan, whatever works. If you can get away with blasting shots, hey, blast shots. But anyways, that's about it for me today. I'll catch you guys later.